Morning. Oh, how is everybody today? Okay. I know you probably can't hear it, but there's a place in the tuning fork vibration when it gets kind of the longer or higher. I'm not real sure. I'm still really tired. Wavelength in the tuning fork, and I can feel it in the bass, and I can feel it in my body even if I can't hear it with my ears. And I just wanted to say, when it seems like it's already done and over, I promise it's not. I'm still following the wave pattern. So today's card is Turtle. Turtle, yay. Isn't that beautiful? Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home with the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with earth and water and elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life. No matter where they travel, where their travels lead them, turtle energy is behind a great writer and storyteller as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to halt. To bring into balance and adventure. I think this epitomizes my son Taliesin. When he was a baby, I did a shaman's journey to find his primary totem, because that's very important to me, to make sure my children are protected, and I like to know that they are connected to earth. And I wanted to gift them, when they were children, like an animal that they knew they could rely on, that would always be there for them. And Taliesin's was the sea turtle. And this card just describes this beautiful soul so well. When he's in balance, he's adventuring. There's no stillness. He's also, I think, a Gemini, so it's like constant movement. I love it. I love it. I don't remember what his ascending sign is, but oh my goodness, that card. Taliesin must be on my mind. Actually, both of my boys are on my mind today. I'm kind of interested in why that is. 32, Ancestral Guardians of Light. Ancestral Guardians of Light. My love for you is so vast. As you learn to recognize it, you shall see me searching for you in every person, every encounter, every circumstance, every event in your life. You have come to this planet at my request to be a bearer of light and a way shower for others. Because you honor me in taking human form, so too shall I honor you. Look within your heart, and there you shall find me. We travel together always. There is no need for you to feel alone. Souls travel in groups, reincarnating again and again to grow and evolve together, which is a true statement. I find that all the time. There are people with whom we feel an unwavering and profound connection, irrespective of whether or not we are connected biologically. Sometimes even when we have not met them in person. Sometimes the connection feels nurturing and constructive, and other times deeply challenging. What matters most is that you are willing to grow by honoring your truth and accepting the opportunities for personal development that are presented to you. This may mean holding a higher truth in your heart to help show those in fear another way. That could be breaking away from destructive self-belief systems in your family or culture, or helping to defend and uphold traditions that are healing for the soul. This card reminds me of people I have met in my life that they may not be in my life right now, but I still miss them. Like, I recognized who they were as souls. I recognized who they were as entities that I've known before, that I've traveled with before, that I have encountered before. And they are so special and so meaningful to me. And there are those that I know I had no connection to, but boy, they were drawn to me like bees to flowers, right? But it doesn't mean I didn't cherish them or value them or honor them. It just means that there are those that I recognized, and honestly, many of them are not in my life now, or have passed on, or have left the fleshy body, but I cherish them. I cherish so many of them in my heart. Like, I can't not. I have a care of life theme, so like, I care about everything. And I know that sounds dismissive, but it's my way of coping with the care. I genuinely care. And when people are not in my life, or they're not in my realm anymore, I miss them. And I miss them because I can honor them. I honor them from a distance. I think about them with love. And I am very aware that the human body and the human fleshy manifestation would love to connect with them again, but it may not happen this go around. And it can make me sad sometimes to know that I can love them and miss them, know that we're connected, and wish very much to be connected again. And that may not happen in this life, and that's okay. Okay, number 23. I have no idea how to say that. Ajau. Inherent in the gifts of your precious human life is the opportunity to experience and express an authentic soul journey. As a human, you may muddle along, mess up again, and gain insight as to what an authentic life path is for you. This is how you grow into the fullness of your spiritual, mature humanity. If you've made mistakes or wish that you could have handled something differently, allow regret to inspire a different way. Rather than lead to self-criticism and ridicule, you are innately a spiritual being. You always have been and always will be. And here you are to learn and grow. There never was any requirement for perfection. You can take responsibility for the inevitable messes of learning and growing, and still celebrate the mysterious magic of your life. Ajeu is a Quechua word, native language of the indigenous Quechua peoples of the Andes, the meaning which encompasses the intertwined realities of soul, spirit, and cosmos. In the Quechua concept of the soul, there is an understanding that belongs to both the human body and to the cosmos. When there is disruption in the soul, then the body and the cosmos are disrupted too. Harmony in all three realms is understood as essential to well-being. Culturally defined moral transgressions are considered disruptive to the interrelationship between human and the spiritual realms. Acts of atonement are prescribed by the shaman to restore balance and order. Confession to the shaman is an important initial step towards understanding what appropriate atonement should involve to facilitate healing. That's awesome. It's important that I think, I love how they say that. Encompasses the intertwined realities of soul, spirit, and cosmos. I think that kind of goes back to this card, like the ancients, right? Like our connection to each other. Oh my goodness, and Turtle. These are good cards together. So Turtle, is adventure and movement and connection to water and earth. And this is your soul connection to our ancestors, the DNA that runs through our body. I mean, we have 14, 20 generations in our body all the time. And women have the ability to grow a whole new being. And maybe that's why my kids are on my mind, my beautiful children. I have two that I carried in my womb, and then I was a school teacher and I'm a stepmother, and so I have so many children that are in my heart that I still energetically touch with love in my heart from day to day, and they move around. So some days I think of some kids, and other days I think of other kids, and it's not a lack of permanence, it's an abundance of connection to growing children that I had for many years. And they all crawled up inside my heart and are nestled there with connection and love and compassion. And I truly feel like when you are someone who is drawn to work with children or teaching or medicine or healing in any way, each client, each child, each person becomes part of that cosmos, of that place between this realm and the next, where you have the connection to the vastness of community. Because each one of those people then lives their own life, and they have their own connections, and they have their own wheel and family of interconnection. And your joy, your love, your care, whatever experiences you had, that gets cascaded out. And if you share love and compassion and you do good things, then those good things cascade. So I think that might be why my kiddos are on my mind today. My biological children are definitely on my mind today. I'm thinking of Thor, who is married, and his wife is going to have a baby. So that bridge of connection, that generational genetic code is being passed forward. And my son's wife is growing a whole nother life inside of her, and she is going to give birth to an entity that is in a body that body was growing inside of her grandmother's body. So genetically, there's these connections to our ancestors, and Thor carries the genetic code of 14 to 20 generations of my family, which is a combination between his father and my family. And I have done so much healing for him so that he can be this amazing person that hopefully doesn't have to carry the burdens that I had to carry. And Taliesin is off doing his adventuresome thing because that's what he thrives on. And he's a magnificent leader. He does a wonderful job with that. And my stepsons, who are living their life and living their journeys, and they're closer to home. One of them's still living at home, and that's okay. He needs a little bit more support. He's a sensitive soul, and he needs a little bit more support, and I'm okay with that. And then all those children that I touched over time, I think of, there's a young man back in 2001 that was in my English class that struggled so much with the Western paradigm, and I wonder where he is, and I think of him every once in a while. And I think of this beautiful young lady who had a baby her senior year when I taught once and at a school once, and I hope that she is well with her children. And I'm just sending blessings this morning to all the mothers and the children, and I don't know why that's important, but I think it is. We're all connected. And I think it's important to honor mothers and teachers and those that care for children. Give them honor and love and respect, compassion, and understand that we are all connected, and it's important. So I wish you all a beautiful day. Have a blessed day. Honor your mothers. Honor yourself if you are a mother. And if you're not a mother and have no intention of being a mother, that's okay too. Honor the ability to give life, and honor those that have come into this world, that have chosen and have been surrounded by things that are hard, and honor that struggle is to teach and to learn, and we're all connected. Blessed be. Just a little coherence. This is the 144 fork. Even Astra sighed right here in my lap as I struck the tuning fork. She has one ear forward and one ear back. Have a blessed day.